Good morning, good morning. What's going on? Hey Jimmy, what you doing up? How's it going today? Hey Tom Jasper, what's up? Yeah, I'm been up again all night, so thought I'd jump on the old YouTube. Yeah, see how many of my Southeast Asian friends are on. I got you, Tom. I got you. Yeah, I figured I'd jump on here again this morning. See if any of my Filipino friends or my Southeast Asia friends are up and about this morning. A lot of them don't get a chance to come to a live stream, so I figured I'd give it a whirl this morning and see if anybody's out and about. Jim is heading to work. Yeah, it looks like I lost some watch hours again last night. Hey, no worries, Tom. I appreciate you just popping in, buddy. Like I say, this is just another impromptu 3:20 in the morning live stream. Just checking to see who all was out there this morning. Had a few folks come in yesterday morning, so we'll see who's out and about this morning. It's a little bit cooler here this morning. Got a little cool breeze. A little cool breeze this morning. Hey, that's cool, Jim. I know she asked me yesterday whose playlist to play. I told her to play yours, and then she asked me who to play next. I told her to play God Loves Me's playlist. And when she gets home, she uses her brother's phone and her phone and plays playlist a couple of times from two different phones. Yeah, she got a little bit discouraged. She joined quite a few people, and a lot of folks aren't joining her back. So me and her talked about it last night on Messenger. I explained to her that's just the way it goes. You show love and you show love and you show love, and some people get you back, some people don't. Hey, I got you, Jimmy. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get just doing these impromptu lives, uh, just so I can get some more videos out, live stream videos anyway. Make another playlist. It's not much vlogging I can do sitting here at the hospital. I've been here a week now, so I haven't posted no videos, no nothing. All I got, all I got up and going for me right now is these live streams. Hey Edith, how you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. I appreciate you stopping in. Hope everything's going well in your part of the world. I've been up and about all night, so I figured I'd come out here and jump on the live and see if anybody was out and about. Yeah, I got you, Edith. What's the weather over there today? I haven't had a chance to talk to Arlene. I don't know if it's raining or not. Sunny there now? I got you. Yeah, the other day I was talking to Arlene and it was pouring down rain, so I didn't know if it was. I got you, Jim, and no worries, no worries. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate Edith stopping by and visiting. Boakland, what's up? What's up? How you doing this morning? Yeah, I just jumped on here. Still up at the hospital with my mom, and jumped on here and just to see if anybody was up and out and about. Oh, they had to put her back on oxygen during the night last night. Her oxygen levels dropped a little bit, so they had to put her back up. River's Edge, up early. I hear you. I hear you. Glad to see you in here, brother. Yeah, they had to put her back on the oxygen during the night. And her temperature, I mean, it's not a bad temperature, but her temperature was, at 2 o'clock this morning, was 99.4. So she's running just a little bit of a temperature, and she's picked up a little bit of a cough overnight. But hopefully it's nothing bad. They hooked the oxygen back up to her, but no IVs or any of the other stuff. But they did hook the oxygen back up. I got you, Edith. Yeah, Edith. Not sure how many folks I'll have come in the chat this morning. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm not sure how many people come in this morning, Edith, but unfortunately, most of my streams, when I get the biggest crowd of folks, is in the wee hours of the morning over there in the Philippines. So if you're looking to grow your channel, you might want to go grab my last live stream last night. We had a pretty good crowd in that live stream. And I know what Arlene does. Arlene takes a picture, runs the live stream and takes screenshots of everybody that was in there. And then she goes back and watches somebody's video and joins up with them afterwards. So that's just a suggestion you might want to do if you're looking to grow your channel. We had a big crowd in our live stream last night. There was quite a few people in there. Hey, Overlook. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Hey, you be safe out there, River's Edge. Be safe out there, brother. Have a good day. Have a good day. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Overlook. How you doing this morning? Yeah, I kept hollering, wanting a little cool weather. WD-60, what's up? What's up? Early coffee for me, morning. I got you. Yeah, just another all-nighter here at the hospital. I hear you. I hear you, Overlook. Yeah, I kept complaining about the heat and complaining about the heat. And I'm sure it'll be a lot hotter over here today, but it's a little cool over here this morning. Got a nice little breeze going. So it's quite a bit cooler this morning than it has been the last couple of mornings. Like I say, we got a nice breeze going. I can't tell if it's cloudy or not. Got so many lights here in the parking lot. I got you. Yep, I hope and pray it turns cooler here soon. It's been a long, hot, dry summer. Shane's Vlogs, what's up? What's up? I appreciate you hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Hope everything's going good with you this morning. Yep, just wanted to jump on here and see what everybody's doing. Working on that them watch hours. Hey Edith, if you're still on, there's a couple of folks here that you probably don't have. Do it the right way and hook up with them. Edith's from the Philippines, guys, so if you want to grab up Edith, she is from the Philippines. Searching Sabrina, how you doing today? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming by. Damp and foggy. I got you, Jimmy. Yeah, this is the coolest morning it's been here in quite a while. Feels good this morning. Yes, Sabrina, there's probably a couple of folks in here right now you don't have, so you guys grab each other up, do it the right way. Got some good channels in here this morning. You want to grab them up. Hey, no worries, Sabrina, no worries. I appreciate you coming by. Gotcha, Overlook. Yeah, trying to do a couple of these early live streams, so it gives my Southeast Asia and the Filipinos and some of those folks to come and visit. Because my afternoon and then my late afternoon live streams, it's in the wee hours of the morning over there, so a lot of those folks don't get a chance to visit with us. At least not live anyway. Yeah, it's 3:32 in the afternoon over there right now. I hear you, Overlook. Don't want to get in the doghouse, huh? Yeah, I went down to the basement here at the hospital to get me a cup of coffee this morning, and the darn coffee machine's broke. Every now and then I like to have a cup of that French vanilla coffee. I chat in between reels. I hear you, Overlook. I hear you. So anybody got any big plans today other than work? Nice and cool this morning. It'll be a nice morning to be out on the lake. Sleep. I hear you, Overlook. Yeah, I'd like to be at the house right now with my windows open and this cool breeze. Be sleeping up a storm. I'll just be glad to get to the point where I can turn that air conditioner off and cut back on that electric bill. My electric bill is outrageous. Homeschooling your daughter, that's cool. Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, that homeschooling, that's a pretty good deal. They say a lot of kids do a lot better coming from homeschool with their grades and stuff. So that's awesome. I'm glad you have the opportunity to do that. Yes, sir, Overlook. My electric bill, I'm serious, dude. A couple months in the summertime at my house down in Columbia, my electric bills runs around $400 a month. It's unreal. Between the pump on the swimming pool and the air conditioner running, yeah, $400 a month. A lot of months in the summer, that's about where my power bill is, around $400 a month. The morning sun comes up behind my house and it goes down in the front of my house, so I get the heat all day long. Wow, $300 water bill. Wow, wow, wow. Well, another thing too is, y'all, I'm on well water out where I'm at, and that runs on 222, the pump does. So every time I have to add water to the swimming pool, that's another expense there, that pump down the bottom of my well running. But yeah, I'll usually a couple of months, all summer long it's 300 to 400. I hear you, Overlook. Yeah, several months in the summer I get a pretty high bill, and then same thing in the wintertime. I'll get a few high bills because I'm on electric heat. Now the spring and the fall, I usually do pretty good. I can get back to about 150 a month. But the winter and summer, I can get some atrocious power bills. It hurts when those bills come in. I'm pretty lucky though. I used to work for AT&T as a service tech and out in the field. So I get my DirecTV for all the channels for $25 a month. Yeah, that's right, Overlook. Same thing. Get hammered in the summer and get hammered in the fall. Yeah, you're right, Sabrina. They're always right. There's no arguing with those people. But yeah, Overlook, they started raising our bill, what was it, 6 years ago or 7 years ago, to SCNG did, to start building those new nuclear power plants out there in Jenkinsville. I got you, Jimmy. Yeah, they raised our power bill and said they were collecting the money up front for building those nuclear power plants that they were putting up, the new ones. So they raised their bill and raised their bill and raised their bill, and then they went bankrupt, and they didn't build the power plants. So there's a big lawsuit going right now. We're supposed to get we're supposed to be getting a check back from them, but so far I hadn't seen a dime of that money. But yeah, they raised our electric bill so much per month for several years to pay for those nuclear power plants they were going to build, and then they never completed them. So there was a class action lawsuit, and we're supposedly supposed to get a check, but we'll see. You know that old saying, the check's in the mail. But us consumers will be the last one to get it. I'm sure the creditors and the construction folks, they'll get all their money first before any of us consumers get any of our money back. Wow. Yeah, the bad thing is the electric company I was on, there's two electric companies. There's a co-op that comes up to my house this way, and then this electric company's this way. So when they inspected my house, they told me I could get the co-op, and they come out and measured it, and the other power company's pole was, yeah, I appreciate it, Sabrina. The other power pole was closer, so I had to go with the big power company. The co-op buys power from the same power company that I'm on, but yet they buy the power from them and then sell it to the consumers cheaper than the big power company did. If that's not a rip-off, I don't know what is. How can a big power company sell power to a co-op and the co-op can sell it cheaper? Yeah, I got you, Overlook. But yeah, I just don't understand how they can do that. You know, they sell power to a co-op, then the co-op sells it to consumers cheaper than the company that provides the power. It amazes me. But anyway, enough of my complaining. But much of the farmers out where I live at, it's got them 100-acre plots of land. They've actually sold in their solar panel farms now. Just miles and miles and miles of solar panels now. But none of it's out my way yet. Gotcha. Yeah, it was funny. I went down a road I hadn't been on in a few years the other week, and sure enough, the whole road, the whole farmland out there, or what it used to be farmland, was nothing but solar panels now. And guys, I travel so much for work. I was amazed to see how many wind farms there are now. Yep, that's right, Overlook. Yep. Always made enough to pay the bills. Make enough to pay the bills. Funny thing is, down at my house, when we have these hot summers like this, we always have a cold winter. I hope that's not the same this year. Yeah, usually when it's burning up in the summertime, we have a cold winter, and vice versa. If we have a cool summer, we have a hot winter. I know a lot of times at the house on Christmas Day, if I'm home for Christmas, I'm out there in shorts. On Christmas Day, it's so warm at the house. But we shall see. Absolutely overlooked. Yeah, guys, there where I'm at, for some reason this year, I live way out in the country. The darn flies and the gnats were horrible this year. And when I say horrible, I mean horrible. Yeah, in Upper Texas, yeah. Uh, Believe it or not, I was up in Indiana. And hey, Mike Davis, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Welcome to the live stream. But yeah, up in Indiana, Illinois, California, New Mexico. I mean, anywhere you go anymore, y'all. Yeah, horse flies and mosquitoes are bad at the house too. But yeah, those wind farms are up everywhere, getting ready for work. I hear you, Mike. Man, you have a safe day at work today. But yeah, those wind farms they're up everywhere. You know, they say that that's a good industry for a lot of young kids to go into now. Is that wind power? Learn how to work on that stuff. I know there was a bunch of them out there in Oklahoma, and I actually ran into a crane operator out there, and he told me he was making like $46 an hour. I got you, buddy. Yep, be safe out there. But yeah, he said he was making a ton of money. He gets paid that whether he's working or not. But yeah, they advertised. You know, I know when I was working out in Oklahoma, they were advertising a bunch on the TV commercials, looking for people to come to work, setting and those windmills and maintenance on the windmills. Because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of them out there. I don't normally watch TV, y'all, but up here at the hospital, my mom likes to watch the news, and I saw her watching something about, I guess some big coal plant out there in Montana somewhere is going out of business. I guess the whole town was nothing but there at the coal plant, and I guess it's going out of business. Yeah, me too, Overlook. Uh, my grandfather, my adopted grandfather, he died, oh God, years and years and years ago. But he developed one of the first patents for the irrigation systems for the orange groves down in Florida. And believe it or not, back in the 60s and early 70s, he had a little small windmill set up at his house in western North Carolina, and he actually ran his pump for his well from that windmill. And it just, I stop and think back on it now, you know, somewhere between the old days of the windmills and what we've got now. That's pretty awesome. Yep, I bet he does. I bet that is awesome. But yeah, I'm like you, Overlook. I wish I had one of them big windmills in my backyard. So my meter was turning the opposite way. Yeah, I agree with you, Overlook. That'd be awesome, Sabrina. See those photos. I bet that is a pretty sight. Back in my past, I used to climb big power structures. and spliced fiber optic cable. And we were up about, it wasn't too high. We were only up about 185 feet out there in Florence, Oregon, working, and had to climb up, get the fiber optic cables, bring them down to the ground. We splice them together, and then we climb back up and hang the structure up on those big power structures, the splice enclosures. And it was a beautiful view. It's pretty awesome. So what you up to today, WD? Ah, cool. Yeah, that was a big deal back in the day. That concentrated orange juice when it come out. When I grew up as a kid, everything was, fresh squeezed, and all the old timer folks was, oh, you don't want to drink that concentrated stuff. It's got chemicals in it, and blah, 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 blah. That was a big thing. Hey, no worries, Sabrina. You're welcome back here anytime. I appreciate you coming and visiting with us. Killer Whale, what's up this morning, brother? How you this morning? And then they came out with that powdered stuff. I don't know if any of y'all remember it, that Tang, T-A-N-G, that powdered orange flavored stuff. They were advertising that that's what the astronauts used. So that was the big thing. Everybody was drinking the powdered Tang out of the container. So what you gonna be up to today, Killer Well? You gonna beat down the YouTube streets today? Hey, brother, how does that work with the watch hours when you do your name change? Does watch hours travel with you? Or do you lose watch hours? I always wondered that. Could be, WD. Could be. Official drink of astronauts. That's right, Mike Davis. Yep, the official drink of astronauts. Tang. To me, it kind of tasted like an orange baby aspirin. I used to hate them orange flavored baby aspirin. I remember Mama used to put it in a spoon and dissolve it in water, and then had to drink the liquid. Ugh. That's what Tang reminded me of. A melted orange baby aspirin. Yeah, Overlook, you're right. It was better than water. But yeah, back to what WD was talking about. In the frozen section, they had hey, no worry, Jim. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, they come out with the frozen concentrated orange juice, and then they had the Tang in the darn jar. Just wasn't the same. Wasn't the same. But then, you stop and look back on it. I guess it helped out our parents, especially our moms. Didn't have to get up and squeeze orange juice or nothing else. Just, hey, boy, fix you some of that Tang. You break out the spoon and throw in a couple of spoonfuls in a glass and stir it up and drink it. I guess I don't know what in the world we'd have done back in the day without Nestle Quick and Tang. Got your orange juice out of the box or the container, and you got your chocolate milk out of the container. I got you, WD. Yeah, my grandfather, he lost everything in the Depression, and then he rebuilt back again. And some of his Orange Grove property he actually sold to what's part of the original Disney in Orlando. Him and my grandmother actually lived. I hear you, Sabrina. They actually lived on Orange Blossom Trail down in Orlando. And back in the day, they had some nice houses there. You're absolutely right, Overlook. If we'd only known that people would pay for bottled water back in the day. I mean, especially back home, especially up on Granny and Papa's land, I could have sold good, clear, cold mountain spring water and been a millionaire right now. But they used to live out there on Orange Blossom Trail. There were some nice houses out there around that little small lake. I don't remember the name of it, but they actually had orange grove trees on Orange Blossom Trail in Orlando. Now you go out there on Orange Blossom Trail and it's not a nice area at all. Invented toilet paper. Dude, Overlook, I'll tell you how bad my luck is. Is that what it is, WD? Yeah. I could have been the person that developed and patented toilet paper, and somebody else would have come out with some kind of blower and put me out of business the next week. That's how bad my luck would be on something like that. I hear you, dude. Yeah, I wish I'd have been smart enough to been the guy that came up with Scooby-Doo or that dang SpongeBob SquarePants. I saw a thing on my telephone the other day. Old Scooby-Doo turned 50 years old and still on the Cartoon Networks and stuff, Scooby-Doo. I imagine every time it gets played, somebody gets a royalty off of it, I guess. And that SpongeBob SquarePants, that's the most annoying thing I've ever heard in my life. My grandson loves that stuff. His mama don't let him watch it that much, but that stinking talking sponge, that laugh he's got absolutely drives me crazy. Ah, did you, WD? The voice of Goofy. I got you, Overlook. Yeah, WD, is it true what everybody says that underneath that whole place, it's nothing but, it's like an underground city with all the fiber and electric lines and everything else underneath Disney? I've had a couple of people tell me that, but there's a ton of fiber optics underneath Disney. And my grandfather owned property in Winter Garden, Ocala, Orlando, and I'm not sure where else he had property at. But he had quite a bit of property down there. Yeah, it's called the Tunnel. I got you, WD. Yeah, I've heard a couple of guys that I've run into through my career in the telecommunications industry that said it's pretty awesome what's running all underneath Disney down there. Yep, they said it's pretty awesome. Now, I've actually been underground in New York City doing fiber work up in New York City, and you guys wouldn't believe what's underneath there, too. I mean, it's stacked up levels and levels and levels deep underneath there with utility lines. Telecommunication lines, electric lines. It's stacked up underneath there. Called the Tunnel. That's cool. I hadn't seen any weather, guys. The last time I saw it, it looks like there was a whole bunch of tropical systems coming off the coast of Africa and all kinds of stuff. But I haven't seen the news. Any warnings or anything active out there about it? I got you. Yep. Uh, when we used to splice fiber, uh, you always spliced the everything in a fiber ring. That way, if anywhere something happened in the system, you could reverse it, and the only thing that would be affected would be the one spot where either the damage was or the problem was. And then a lot of times we'd have the primary fiber line in, and then we'd run another ring as a backup around that. That's what we did in the big cities. There was some good money to be made back in the day splicing fiber. Every power company in the United States got in that fiber business. But it put a lot of folks out of work that were, they used to have people stationed at the substations for the power companies and all that. And then when fiber come along, they figured out how to do everything from controlled switches through the fiber optic network. Put a lot of people out of work. I worked in transportation, 5,000 cars and trucks. I got you. Yeah, it's pretty awesome to think back. We were splicing fiber for Bell South down in Nolens, Louisiana. We were down there for a couple of years, in that old Bell South building there in Nolens. Almost, I'd probably say 10 floors is empty now. That used to be operators back in the day. They never did nothing with them. It's just, they're just sitting there. And but you go into the battery rooms. They got several floors of the battery rooms that are still up and going to this day for backup if they lose power. It's just something to think about when you go in some of those buildings, how many hundreds and hundreds of people that used to be employed as operators. But yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool to work for Disney. I don't know. I guess it'd get old after a while. It's kind of like working around resorts, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, places like that when we're out working, and everybody else is there on vacation and having a good time and having fun, and you're there working. Hey, WD, I heard they pay those bus drivers pretty good money down there at Disney. A lot of those retirees are making a pretty good bank. driving those shuttle buses. Couldn't mess up. Gotcha. They say that some of them's making pretty decent money down there driving those shuttle buses between the resorts and the hotels and all that. I'm surprised Disney, with all the money they make, they didn't come up with some kind of subway system. Well, when I left, maybe 13. I got you. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't come up with some kind of subway system or train system just for Disney in the Orlando area. You know, they could connect it all the theme parks and everything. Now, I'm not sure about SeaWorld now. You know, they made them get rid of the orca whales. I'm wondering how that's going to affect SeaWorld, because I know a lot of people went there just to see the whale shows. So I don't know how it's going to affect SeaWorld down there. I remember as a kid, we used to go down there and go to a place called Silver Springs. Used to have the glass bottom boats that you could ride out into the swamp and see the fish through the glass. That was a little small place, and you know, back then St. Augustine was a small place too, the old jail in St. Augustine. But now Florida, it's just got so darn big, so developed. That Orlando, guys, good Lord, it's a mess. That traffic, that I-10 construction through there, it's an absolute mess trying to get through there, especially in the summertime. Yeah, do the same route 5 days a week. I got you, Mike. I know I looked at it when I was down there. I made a quick video there. I was trying to be funny about it when I was down there in Orlando, because I was staying at a hotel right there at the entrance. Okay, WD. Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't happen. That was what I was wondering about. But I stayed in a hotel right there at the entrance to Disney, and I was working every day, and I was going to go over there maybe one evening, but had bad thunderstorms every day when I was there. But there at the hotel, it was like $49 just to go to one of the parks. I was like, dang, I ain't gonna pay $49 to go over there for, you know, 4 or 5 hours. But hey, Deepa, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming by. But to be honest with y'all, I actually really did. Hey, I appreciate the thumbs up. I actually enjoyed the oh shoot, I can't think of the name of it now. It's the area where they got all the places set up from different countries. Epcot. I actually enjoyed Epcot, and I enjoyed the Animal Kingdom part. I enjoyed both of those, even as an old man. Those are pretty interesting to me. I enjoy those. Yeah, you're right, Overlook. Everything's gotten so darn expensive. Well, you know, that's like Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Remember back up there in the day, they had all the country craft shops and stuff up there. Everything was handmade. They had the candle shops and the old timers making arts and crafts and all that and selling up there. And last time I went up to Gatlinburg a few years ago, everything was made in China or made in Taiwan. There's no local crafts for sale up there anymore. It's kind of disappointing. Yep, all the old craft stuff's all gone. Way Long, welcome back again today. Hey guys, Hoy's back today. That's one of my Vietnamese friends. So if y'all don't have Hoy, grab that channel up. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming back by and visiting with us. That's awesome. Hey, Mommy Michelle, how you doing today? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming by. That's another awesome channel there, Overlook. Mommy Michelle's an awesome channel. And Hoy, like I say, Hoy's from Vietnam. Grab that channel up. I was hoping I could get. I'm doing great. How are you doing this fine day? I know it's your late afternoon. Oh wow. Yeah, that fire up there was terrible too. We went up there after they had that fire, and we went up to Ober-Gatlinburg in the tram, and man, it's amazing how much stuff got burned up there. Wasn't that 2 teenagers got charged with that? Yeah, Hoy, glad you're here. I appreciate you coming back to the live stream. You're welcome here anytime. I appreciate you coming by. Yeah, I was hoping to get more of my Filipino folks in here. It's 4:10 in the afternoon over there. So I was hoping to get some of those in there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was like 2 teenagers or something started that fire. And I know as a kid, over there where Dollywood is now, what was that? Called it like Silver City or something like that? Was that amusement park that was there that went out of business? Ah, I got you. I got you, WD. It's a small world, brother. It's a small world. No pun intended about the small world in Disney. But yeah, you guys grab up Hoy. Like I say, that's an awesome Vietnamese channel there. You guys make sure and show some love. Opryland, yep. Yes, sir. I remember as a kid, my grandparents took me over there to the old Ryman Auditorium at the for the Grand Ole Opry. I was pretty lucky. My grandparents took me quite a few nice places when I was a kid. I miss them. They passed away. My grandfather passed away when I was an early teenager, and then my grandmother passed away when I first went into the military in 1980. So I missed out on some good times with them. But I had some good times when I was a kid with them. Yeah. Well, like you said earlier, Overlook, it don't matter where you go anymore. Everything's so gosh darn expensive. Yeah, WD, it was pretty awesome way back in the day. We actually, if I remember correctly, we saw George Jones, Tammy Wynette, Loretta Lynn, Crystal Gayle, Glenn Campbell was there. I never did see Dolly Parton in person. But yeah, it's like over in Nashville now, they have that, what is that week they call CMA Fest or something like that. I checked on that one time to maybe go over there for vacation. Because, have all those concerts all over Nashville and everything. But good Lord, they want an arm and a leg for hotel rooms and tickets to get into those events and stuff. I don't have the money for all that. I'd like to win it, but I can't afford all that. Can't afford it. Oh, I got you. Johnny Cash. You know, Overlook, there's somebody going around on YouTube right now. Their channel name is John T. Cash. That's a pretty good hook of a name. I'm sure if a lot of people go on YouTube and search, John Cash, he probably gets a lot of recognition from having the John T. Cash channel name. Yeah, a lot of people spend a lot of time coming up with their channel names. I didn't think nothing about it when I made mine. Yeah, Mike, that's what I was thinking, dude. And that dude that's going around YouTube right now, that Fat Crack, they said that was the hottest name on YouTube there for a few weeks. It was pretty wild because when he first came on the scene, I'm a moderator in several folks' live streams, and every single time that name came up or somebody said, "Hey, Fat Crack," it automatically grabbed it up as spam. So man, it'd wear you out in those big live streams, allowing the comments about Fat Crack. I hear you, Mike. Yeah, when I sit down to do mine, I had one, it told me I had to make a channel, so I made it my email address. And then it come and told me that wasn't no good no more. So I made the Carolina Hillbilly 1961 November of last year, just so I could go watch YouTube videos and follow people. And then August, I made my first little video about installing my pool liner. That's when I got my first subscriber, was in August. But yeah, there's some cool names out there. It's amazing. I got you, WD-60. Yeah, I was down there a while back and actually was working, and I actually rode by the old jail again. And I guess one of the big things down there in St. Augustine now is they got that ghost tour down there now that you take during the middle of the night, that goes to some of the old buildings down there that they're advertising as haunted. I'll be honest with y'all, I don't know if the old hillbilly believes in ghosts or not. Same company. I got you, WD. Yeah, I don't know if I believe in ghosts, y'all. That never had nothing happen to me to make me believe in them. I know there's a lot of paranormal people on YouTube. I got a lot of friends that's in the paranormal community on YouTube, but I don't know, y'all. I guess seeing's believing is the way I feel about it. I had never seen that. Yeah, you're right, Mike. And nowadays people are saying a lot of places where the Revolutionary War battles were and the Civil War battles were, there's a lot of people swearing by it that there's a lot of ghost activity. Yeah, they'll take your money. That's right, WD. Yeah, I forgot how much it is. I saw it on advertised on the trolley cars there when I was in St. Augustine. It's like the Midnight Ghost Tour or something they were calling it down there. That was different. Yeah, it's like the Midnight Ghost Tour. Oh, I got you, Mike. Yeah, I've never had anything like that happen to me that I know of. So I don't know. I don't know, but there's a huge YouTube community for it on YouTube. There is a lot of folks out there. A few others in town, I got you. Yeah, I hadn't been there in many years. That place had grown up so much. It's like everywhere. You know, I remember stuff as a kid being small, and now everything's so commercialized everywhere you go. Everything's gotten so big and so busy. Busy. It's like everybody tells me, oh, you get to see all the country traveling, but now you get to see the interstates traveling. I don't get to see a lot of back road stuff. A lot of that back road stuff is shoot, they're out of business. I know a lot of that Route 66 stuff out there when I was out in Oklahoma working. Oh, I got you, Mike. Yeah, that Route 66 that was so big out there in Oklahoma, a lot of those old places through there, they're out of business now because nobody bothers to go there. You know, some of the old people still go because they remember it from back in the day, but anymore, everybody just jumps on I-40 and bypasses every bit of that stuff. Been there since the 1880s. I got you, WD. Yeah, I'm kind of a mixed breed mutt. I come from Scotch Irish, German, and Cherokee Indian. Just like the Cars movie, yeah. Hey, Mr. Weck, welcome to the live stream. Guys, there's another awesome channel. Comes to our live streams quite often. Grab that channel up there. That's an awesome supporter. Comes to quite a few of my live streams, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm afraid that a lot of the history is going to be gone, folks, when, you know, a couple more generations, when us old fogies start dying off, I'm afraid a lot of our old history is going to die off with us. That's sad to think. A lot of times, my youngest daughter, she's 21. When we visit, she'll have me tell her some stories just because she wants to hear about it and be able to remember about places that her grandparents took me to and some of the places my grandparents went to that told me stories. So my daughter's always been very interested in that. So I try to pass along as much information as I can to her through the years, just so it don't get lost. I know the last time I went through Cherokee up there, they had a bunch of billboards up there advertising to the Cherokee to keep speaking their native language. I guess a lot of people aren't speaking Cherokee anymore. So they were actually running billboards up there, uh, reminding the Cherokee to keep speaking their natural language. See, always thought that when they went to the reservation that they actually owned the land, that the government gave it to them, but they did not own it. They owned it as long as they were alive. I hear you, WD. Yeah, my older kids, they didn't ever weren't ever interested in it. But my youngest daughter, she's pretty cool. Not, I mean, she's the baby, but she is interested in stuff like that. You know, she'll get break out old photos and stuff that my mom's got, and she'll sit for hours looking at the old black and white photos that Mama's got from back in the day, from up in western North Carolina, from her grandparents and stuff. And it's pretty cool that she took interest in it. It's a pretty cool deal. You know, everything's got so politically correct anymore. You have to be real careful what you even talk about without offending somebody. Eventually, I would say a lot of those battle monuments and the battlefields that people go and visit and stuff like that, eventually, before long, those places will cease to exist, even though it's part of history. Yeah, that's just my thoughts about it. Overlook a lot of that history will be gone. You know, right, wrong, or indifferent, history is history. Uh, you know, you need to keep history alive so things don't repeat itself. You know, growing up as a kid, that's what history was. His history was, you know, history books and history in school and stuff like that. That used to fire up my imagination. Yep, Jamie Johnson in color. That's right. You should have seen it in color. Yep. But yeah, history used to spark the imagination in me. Read about the history books, and then afterwards you know, you think about it and think, boy, you know, if I was there, what it must have been like, how the people felt, stuff like that. Nowadays, we just click our phones and or ask Siri, and Siri tells us. Yeah, WD, I had some awesome grandparents. My adopted grandparents were awesome, and then my real grandparent, my my mama's daddy died when I was 14 or 15. But you know, like I said in my one live stream, he was a moonshiner out of Edneyville, North Carolina. But yeah, you know, I hate. Oh, I got you, Mike. Yeah, I hate that he died. I was so young when he died because, you know, I didn't get to hear more stories from him. You know, I can remember some of the stories he used to tell, but, you know, wished I'd have had more time with him to have paid more attention to some of his stories. You know, it's amazing to think my mama had 13 brothers and sisters. How big the families used to be there to, you know, to work the farms. I mean, I don't want this to sound the bad way, but could you imagine marrying a woman now and saying, "Yep, we're going to have 14 kids"? She'd probably divorce you the next day. Yeah, I can't imagine having 14 kids. I hear you, WD. Yeah, excuse me, honey. Let's get married. Okay, when we gonna get married? Let's make our. I want to be a June bride. Okay. Then you get married. Well, honey, honeymoon's over. Let's get busy. We got to have 14 kids. I need help on the farm. Don't think that'd go over too well nowadays. Fives, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. I don't remember seeing you, Fives. Well, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us. Guys, there's a channel I'm sure some of y'all don't have. Picking them oranges. I hear you, WD. Yeah, if you guys don't have Fives, I don't recognize that channel. You guys grab that channel up. That's a new channel to the live stream, definitely. Definitely a new channel to the live stream, guys. I know outside of Hendersonville, North Carolina. Hey, no worries, Mike. I appreciate you coming in, buddy. As always, dude. I appreciate it, and you're welcome back every day. Yeah, you're right, Overlook. Late here, near Seattle. I got you, Fives. Well, I appreciate you coming to the live stream. I really do. I jumped on here early this morning here, Fives. If you're around, if I go live in the late afternoons, come on back. We usually have a really good crowd on the late afternoon live. Usually here in the mornings, it's just us old farts sitting around talking, reminiscing. I get a lot more active crowd in the afternoons. Yeah, I'm not used to that chat going by as fast as it was yesterday afternoon, y'all. That chat was flying by there for a little bit. I thought I was one of those big networking streams there for a minute yesterday afternoon. I don't see how them folks keep up with all them comments. I hear you, Fives. It's funny you mentioned that, Fives. I'll be moving there in the next couple of months. I'm actually going to retire and taking off to the Philippines. I am heading to the Philippines. Already have the future Mrs. Hillbilly. She's at work right now in Manila, and looks like we're going to retire to the province of Masbate. That's where I'll be retiring to. What part of the Philippines you heading to, Fives? I was just over there the last week of June, or excuse me, last week of May and the first week of June. Trip number 8. What part of the Philippines you going to? Davao? I got you. Yep, lot of expats there. I was stationed there in 82 to 85 there in Subic Bay. I was on diesel boat submarine stationed out of there. And actually went over and spent some time in Manila, and then me and Arlene went over to Barrio Beretta outside of Olongapo there in Subic Bay. Spent a week up there. I don't know if you know a channel called Overstay Road. That's a pretty good channel to join up with, Fives. There's another channel over there that's an awesome channel. It's got some good information. It's Tom and Ruth. If you're not friends with those folks, grab them up. They all live in the Philippines, and there's some pretty good YouTubers. Tom and Ruth has a lot of good information. Overstay Road, he puts out some good information sometimes, but he's a partier too. But he's married to a Filipino woman, and they have a baby. But Overstay Road's got a pretty good channel, and like I say, Tom and Ruth. I think Tom and Ruth might be close to Davao. Okay, you know Tom and Overstay, I got you, Fives. Yep, those are pretty good. Rique used to be over there, but then he went to Vietnam. I haven't been following him lately, but I think I saw something the other day. I think Rique's back in the Philippines. He said he wasn't going back, but I don't know. And Jeremy Clodfelter, Do More Life, he was in the Philippines, but he said he had a bad experience, so he left the Philippines, and he's teaching English down in Thailand right now. He's down close to Rayong, Thailand, I think, is where Do More Life ended up at. But yeah, I followed quite a few of those folks for quite a bit of time. But yeah, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Who knows, maybe someday you might run into the old hillbilly over there. I think Mike went to work. If he will return it. You got a channel 2 Fives? I got you. Yeah, I'll check you out. Yeah, the future Mrs. Hillbilly, she's got her channel up and going. She just started out. Like I say, she's in Manila now. But she's got family all over. I was looking at Siggihor, but I don't think I'm going to go there. It's probably going to end up being Masbate. Overlook, I found her on Facebook, and we talked and talked and talked for a long time on Facebook, and then we took it to the Facebook Messenger where we could actually carry on conversations and see each other, and we talked and talked and talked, and then we got to where we were talking probably 6 hours a day, and we did that forever and ever and ever. And then I went over and spent time with her, met a lot of her family, and because you really got to be careful. I got you, Overlook, but yeah, you got to be careful. She has a good job. She works a full-time job. She owns a coconut farm. She owns beef cattle. So I got very lucky. I got very lucky with the Filipino lady that I found. I'm 58. She's 35. I know a lot of guys over there in their 60s. They find beautiful ladies in their early 20s. That wasn't me. but I found Arlene, and as a matter of fact, she just turned 36 on September the 13th. But yeah, it's been awesome. So that's where I'm going to spend the rest of my days, over in the Philippines, once I get out of America. So I wish you luck, Fives. I know there's a lot of YouTube vloggers over there. No, sir. That's not. I saw that in when I was in submarines, Fives. When I first got on, I was on the diesel boat submarine, SS 576. Hey, Travel Around, what's up? What's up? Bunch of the guys that were on the submarine with me, we spent a year of dry dock there in Subic Bay. A bunch of those guys got married and brought a lot of their wives back to the States, and quite a few of them didn't work out. Now, a lot of them did, but quite a few of them did not. But me and Arlene have talked. She has no desire to come to the Philippines. You know, after she saw me working every day, and you know, I'd show her prices of things here and discuss house payments and taxes and all that. Yes, Overlook, I am definitely going to keep my YouTube. I would like to get monetized, and I mean, I'm not looking for no big money, but if I could ever get to the point where, you know, I could make $100 a month, I'd be happy. That's an extra $100 a month. That goes a long ways in the Philippines. But yeah, Fives, I've seen it work both ways, brother. I've seen a lot of folks come and live happily ever after, and then I've seen a lot of people that as soon as folks move to the U.S., they end up breaking up, splitting up. Yeah, Overlook, I'm going to turn into one of those what's called expat in the Philippines, brother. I'm going to continue my YouTube channel and take you guys with me, and show you what it's like. I'll show you the big city of Manila. Manila is just, oh my God, millions and millions and millions of people. It's just pure chaos. So I'll show you. I'm gonna take you on that journey with me, and then when I get to the province of Masbate, I'm gonna show you what the country life of living in the province in the Philippines like. So it's going to be an awesome journey. You got your motorbike there, I got you, Fives. But yeah, Overlook, that's why I've been pushing and pushing and pushing my YouTube channel right now, trying my best to get monetized before I go, and have a good family following that I can take everybody on this adventure with me. That's been my goal from day one, was to get my channel up and going before I go, so that way I could take everybody with me and show you what it's really like. I mean, a lot of people get on there and say, oh, you can live for $500 a month. I live there for $600 a month. Well, the old hillbilly is going to show you what it's like to live poor, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to live a simple life. Yeah, I got you, WD. And like I say, that I appreciate all you guys. That's why I've been trying to build a good nucleus of people that I can take on the journey with me. And believe it or not, YouTube's my outlet to stay connected with the real world. You know, I don't speak Visayan. That's what they speak. So I've got a learning curve ahead of me. I can't imagine a slow-talking hillbilly speaking fast-talking Visayan. But YouTube lives, if I can get good enough internet, that's going to be my sanity of keeping in touch and speaking English, and without going stir crazy. So that's been my master goal. Hey, I appreciate it, Overlook. Yep, that's going to be. That was my whole point in starting this YouTube. Yep, it's bad in most areas. Fives. Actually, in Musbody, they've done quite a bit of upgrading. They're upgrading the roads. They're upgrading the internet in several places. So hopefully it's going to be all good. But that's the old hillbilly's dream. The final part of the bucket list. The final part of the bucket list. Yeah, Overlook. It's really bad over there, brother. You can some places you can make a 30-minute or hour video, and it might take 20 hours to upload it over there. The internet is very, very, very slow. You just have to pick and choose where you're at and get the internet. Yes, Subic and Angeles were kind of alike fives, in my opinion. But back in the day, all the sailors in Subic had a lot more money than the Air Force guys did in Angeles City. We used to make quite a few trips up to Angeles City while I was there back in the 80s. I was there from 82 to 85. But that whole place has changed. So as you know, I'm sure you've been back there. It's completely changed now. That's Subic Freeport. That's the only Subic Freeport and up in Angeles, where at the old air base, is the only two places that expats can actually own property in their own name. But yeah, I went through Angeles while I was there in May and June of this year, and Subic. Actually, Arlene posted just a video of our trike ride from Barrio Beretta over to Longapo to catch Victory Liner Circle back to Manila. For you guys that don't know, Victory Liner, that's the bus system over there for traveling around the Philippines. There's a bunch of them, but back in the day when we were there in the military, the big thing was the Victory Liner. And that's what we rode from Manila to Olongapo, and then from Olongapo back to Manila. It's expat. I'm sorry, Overlook. XPAT. Hey, Arisha, how you doing today? It's called expat. You're like expatriated from your country. So all the foreigner Americans and the English and the people, Australians and everybody that move over there, they call them expat. And believe it or not, there's a bunch of them over there. A bunch of them living over there. A bunch of folks in Vietnam right now. Yep, Vietnam. As a matter of fact, Thailand started enforcing their laws on the books, and a whole bunch of expats have fled Thailand. They can't meet the criteria to stay in Thailand. They've been married to Thai women and got Thai children and everything all these years, and now they don't meet the criteria, the income criteria, to stay in Vietnam. So a whole bunch of them are moving to Vietnam, Cambodia. Yeah, that's good, brother. 720. I got you out of Seattle to Davao. Yeah, I flew out of Columbia, South Carolina. I would think so, WD, because I'm not giving up my rights or anything. I'll draw my Social Security just like normal, all that. So, yeah, as far as I know, everything's good to go. I guess you just vote absentee. But, of course, no, my Medicare and all that, when I turn 62, none of that's any good there. So I have to get my own private health insurance when I'm there. Yep, got to get my own health insurance when I get there. The key part of this is going to live poor for the next 3.5 years till I get my little old Social Security check, and I'm gonna draw my check early at 62. And then if I could make $100 or $150 a month off YouTube, that would be absolutely awesome. And like I say, I'll be done. Be the Carolina Hillbilly 1961 Philippines edition. But I'm looking forward to it. Opening up a whole new and final chapter to the Hillbilly's life. So I think it's going to be an awesome adventure. Don't know how many more years I got, but I'm going to spend the last few years having some fun. And I got you fives. Where I'm going in my body, there's zero. Zero. So I'll be there all on my own. Well, I say my own. I'll be the only foreigner there, the only expat there. So I'm going to give it a whirl and see what happens. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Used to have to send postcards. Now I can just go on YouTube and show everybody. So fives, are you planning on retiring there, living there? Is that what your goal is? Not sure if fives is still here or not. Yeah, I got a lot of people saying once I get over there and get settled and get moved in, they want to come visit. I told everybody they're more than welcome. I'll be like Motel 6. I'll leave the light on. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think is 65 when Medicare hits, but when I get over there, I'm going to have to get on, it's called PhilHealth. Unless I come up with some money somehow to get Tom Bodette. That's right. I'll leave the Hillbilly light on for you. Hey 23KC, how you doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Oh, I got you fives. Yeah, you still got time to decide. I don't know, brother. Hey, Linda's House of Chill, how you doing this morning? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming back by, Linda. You know, Fives, if you watch Overstay Road, he'll tell you quick if you that's what you're gonna, if that's your plans to go there, you need to get out of debt in the U.S. and jump on a plane and just go do it, brother. I got you. Yeah, Fives. I think Benny the Mac just bought a big house over there. I don't know if you know Benny the Mac. I think he's got his channel up and going in the Philippines. You know, he got his channel shut down for a while, but I think he's back up and going again. And I think he just bought him a big house in the Philippines. He owns I think he's in construction in Australia. But he's a pretty interesting character too. Benny the Mac. But most of those guys over there, I know Overstay and Do More Life and all those guys, I think they're carrying about 20,000 subscribers right now. There's another guy over there, Finn Snow. I think he's pushing 200,000 subscribers over there. He does a lot of drone videos in the Philippines. Younger guy out of, I think he's from Iceland. But he does some awesome drone videos. And he does a lot of scuba diving videos. He's got a pretty good channel. So what you doing up to this morning, Miss Linda? Oh my goodness. Five said, yes, I know Benny. I got you. I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Linda. Yeah, I know Benny the Mac has dropped some serious super chats on Overstay Road. Yep, it happens, Linda's. Yeah, you're right, Fives. It's a quick trip for the Australians up to the Philippines. I know Benny, he was getting pretty wild there, them first trips he was taking. But man, that dude dropped some serious super chats on Overstay Road there for a while. Some Overstay on live streams, Benny was dropping, you know, $500 to $1,000 a live stream on Overstay Road there for a while. Fives, I think a bunch of them Thailand YouTubers are going to be in trouble with this new YouTube policy. That Chuck Wow and some of those guys down there in Thailand, I think their channels might be, they might have to change their vlogging techniques with this new change from YouTube coming. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope you get to feeling better, Miss Linda. What's the new change, Overlook? There's a big thing about the content coming. Yeah, Fives, he dropped some serious money, dude. But there's a thing coming out you can't have. I don't know all the exact details of it, but you know, you got to worry about content that might be inappropriate for 18 and below or 17 and below. Uh, Overlook what some of those guys do, especially some of those Thailand vloggers. They'll set up a camera and CDA Gamer, what's up? What's up? They'll just set their camera down and run their cameras in the beer bars and stuff like that. A lot of people think that's inappropriate material, so it's going to be interesting to see how YouTube handles that with their new guidelines. Overlook. Some of those videos get pretty wild. Let's just put it that way. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Remnants of a hurricane there in UK. I got you, man. Be safe. But Overlook, some of those guys knocked down some bank with their YouTube channels. I mean, like, seriously, they pay for everything just on AdSense and Super Chats and PayPal and Patreon on their YouTube accounts. Some of those guys make some serious money off of YouTube. Make some serious money. I know Benny the Mac's dropped some serious money. The guy we're talking about, Benny the Mac, he has dropped some serious money on several channels over there. Yeah, I've watched some of those guys, and in one live stream, they might knock down a couple of grand just off of Super Chats that people donate them money. Some of those guys are making quite a bit of money over there off of YouTube. Making a lot of money off that YouTube check every month. Yeah, I think I lost like 18 more hours last night off my watch time. I don't know what's going on with it, but it is what it is. All right, guys, it's 5:01. I've been on here about 103 minutes. No, Overlook, you got to be monetized. 23KC, it's happening to everybody right now. Gemma's lost several thousand watch hours. YouTube's going back and pulling subscribers from people. When they pull the subscribers, you're losing the watch time that those subscribers watched on your channel. They're going back and getting people for their content, and you lose your watch hours for that. But yeah, if they go back and pull your subscribers, you lose all the watch time from that subscribers. What it looks like's happened. Yeah, you're right, Fives. The money's in the American market and a little bit in the British market for the AdSense. Yeah, everybody. That's the deal. Everybody knows that. You make the money off the AdSense in America. That's where the AdSense come from. The Super Chats can come from anywhere, but the AdSense is pretty much dominated by American advertising. You're absolutely correct. But yeah, Overlook, lost my train of thought there for a second. Right now, you got to get 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 watch hours. A23KC, take care and have a blessed day. But you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 watch hours, which means people have to watch your content, either live streams or videos, for 4,000 hours. Then you file for monetization with YouTube. Once you get approved to be monetized, they'll start running ads on your videos. So the more people that come and watch your videos, the more revenue they make off what's called AdSense, and they'll give you a percentage of that. Once you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours and you get monetized, people can do what's called super chat. Well, like if I was sitting here with you right now live streaming and you said, man, that hillbilly, I love him to death. That was funny as heck. And you said, I'm going to send him $5. Then you can go through your account and you could send me $5. And out of your $5, I think YouTube keeps 30% of it, and I would get 70% of it. Then a lot of people open up what's called Patreon. That's where people pay a monthly fee to the person to be a member of their channel. And they'll post a lot of videos just for their Patreon people. And then a lot of people will set up a PayPal account. That way, if you say you've got a PayPal account, I've got a PayPal account, and you want to send me $5, you would go on your PayPal account and you'd send the hillbilly $5 to my PayPal account. That's how it all works, kind of in a nutshell. But that's the ways to make money on YouTube. Yep, absolutely. You got to be lucky. Yep, you got to be lucky. That's why I say if I could ever get to the point that I could, if I could make $100 a month, I'd be a happy camper over there. That $100 a month would pay for my health insurance and pay for my visa every month. And the other big thing is after you monetize, everybody looks for that one golden video that goes viral. You know, I think, who was it? My Three Sons. Unfortunately, they weren't monetized, but they were on vacation and they got a picture of that whale that almost got beached. And the local news stations picked up their video. I think they got, there right at the beginning, they got like 900,000 views on that one video. Just that quick. Yeah, me neither. I got my 1K, but I do not have, I'm not even close on my watch hours. I am not even close. And Overlook, the rumor on the street is, and it's just a rumor, nobody knows for sure, that January, YouTube's talking about changing it to 4,000 subscribers and you have to have 10,000 watch hours. Yeah, you're right, Fives. That helps a lot. Now, I will say this, Cheap Charlie Chronicles, Cheap Charlie has not, he didn't go that route. Cheap Charlie had, a boatload of subscribers to his channel. Now, he did a lot of vlogging from Thailand, showing a lot of the Thailand women in his videos, but he didn't have one that he was hooked up with. Now, Sean in Wonderland, you know, he's got May, and then he's had a couple of other girls in his. Sean did good. Cheap Charlie got Sean up and going. Sean in Wonderland. And Sean's done really well with May, and then some of the other ladies that he's hooked up with on his vlogs. But yeah, you're right. It helps a lot. Finn Snow, his girlfriend's a model in the Philippines. So yeah, it don't hurt. It does not hurt at all to have a beautiful, you know, woman tagged up with you. You're absolutely correct on that. Absolutely correct. And there's a lot of the local Filipinos. There's some huge Filipino vloggers too. I can't remember. There's a couple of girls. That one girl is just absolutely beautiful. She travels all over the Philippines, goes snorkeling and scuba diving and all that. She's got an awesome channel. She's doing really well. But yeah, it takes all kinds of people. I mean, a lot of those folks pull crowds of people that they wouldn't even think about coming to old Hillbillies live stream and sitting here just talking. That's not what they're there for. But yeah, some of those guys, they're pulling, at any given time, they're holding steady 250 people in their chat the whole time. And if you're monetized and you're carrying 250 people in your live stream the whole time you're live streaming, then yeah, they're making some money. Hey, Overlook, I appreciate you coming by again today, guy. To be honest with you guys, I'm getting ready to shut this thing down. It's 5:10 in the morning. I got to get back in here in the hospital and check on my mom. And won't be long. They'll be bringing around breakfast for her. So I'm going to shut this thing down too. I appreciate everybody that come by. WD, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming by and visit. You're welcome anytime. All you guys, Fives, thanks for coming by, buddy. You're welcome here anytime. You put out some good information today, man. That's awesome. I appreciate you coming by. Like I say, I don't have that many people on these early morning chats, Fives, but yesterday afternoon, it's big for me. I was holding steady about 28 folks in the live stream for a couple of hours yesterday afternoon, so we have a few more people in then. But I'm glad you came by. You're welcome anytime. And man, I look forward to you sharing information with you on your travels over there to the Philippines. And once I get over there, that's my goal, is to share some information with folks about the Philippines once I get over there too. So I appreciate it. You folks have a safe day wherever you're at in the world. And I'll catch you guys on the next live stream. And appreciate y'all coming by. Thanks, guys.